This is the voice of the Report of the Week. Signing on. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone listening and watching. This is VORW, the voice of the Report of the Week, broadcasting presently via YouTube. This is our YouTube service. I guess you could call it the international edition of VORW, since you can listen anywhere in the world where an internet connection does exist. So, thank you all for listening and clicking away at this video. Being here for VORW, being present and accounted for. Thank you all very much for listening. Your presence is greatly appreciated, and I thank you for being here. It's truly your listenership, viewership, and just your being here that really keeps us going. So thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you so very much, as a matter of fact. Thank you, and thank you for being here. This is VORW, the voice of the Report of the Week. It is the midday hour. The present time is 12:23 p.m. Eastern Time. The date is June 26th, 2015. We hope to upload this by the evening. Perhaps we will take a walk in this one. Perhaps we will not. Regardless, however, we will discuss the walking segment in this show. So I do hope you are all doing well. I hope you're all doing just fine. Doing good spirits, hopefully. Hopefully good in body and mind, health-wise and otherwise. Hope all is well for you. I really do. Hope you've been having a good week. Whatever it is you may be doing this week. Hope work's going alright. Hope education's going alright. Hope sitting around not doing all that much is going alright, too. So whatever it is you may be doing, hope all is well on your front. For me, things are going alright. Things are. Sorry about that. I'm just organizing something here. I got some drinks the other day. Got some walls. Got a pack of them. So I'm kind of organizing them now. Alright, anyways. Where were we here? So, me, I'm doing okay today. Sorry about that. I'm doing okay today. I'm just a little kind of groggedy, I guess you could say. That's the truth, because I am a bit groggedy. Otherwise, though, I'm doing alright. I fell asleep last night. I had a long sleepies last night. It was quite the long sleep. I rested from, I'd say around 2-something a.m. until 9 a.m. today. So, that was that. That's when I rested from. 2-something till 9-something. Woke up at 9 a.m., went downstairs, turned on the computer, let that boot up, went back upstairs, and kind of listened to the radio a little bit before I moseyed on down again and took care of business this morning, which today included filming a review, an energy crisis review. Feel free to check that out if you haven't already, if that interests you. If it doesn't, then you don't have to watch it. Never going to force anything upon you. Videos are uploaded, and if you want to watch it, you watch it. If you don't, you don't. That's how we roll here at the Report of the Week studios. Never force anything upon you. You never do. Because it's your choice whether you want to watch something or if you don't. Yes. So, yes, today, I'm groggy. Groggy. That's me. It's me. You can call me Mr. Groggs. Because that's really what I am. I'm all groggy. Is that really the best feeling in the world? No. Are there worse feelings in the world? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Let's get this here. Getting some more caffeine for the day. But yes, I could have been feeling much, much worse. And that was the case yesterday. Let's sit ourselves down here. Okay. That was the case yesterday, where I wasn't doing well at all. I was not in a good place 24 hours ago. I mean, yes, right now I need caffeine. What little bit was in that Red Bull didn't really do the cut. I'm gonna have a monster now. Yesterday, though, was awful for me. I mean, it was bad. It was B-A-D with a capital B. And maybe a capital A and D too, but no guarantees on that one. Well, it was bad. I was not doing well at all. Felt, I suppose, as they say, awful. Had a very bad headache. I'd say migraine tier headache. If you ever had one of those, you know how it just incapacitates you. It really does. So I had one of those to deal with. Stomach hurt too. Kind of felt really nauseous, and I know that sometimes goes hand in hand with the real bad headaches. And I was feeling, pretty depressed at the same time. Because I was just laying there, and I don't like feeling bad like this. And, sometimes I just wish, sometimes I just wish, just misery. And, just wish it wasn't, sometimes just say, why me? But everyone has it sometimes. Everyone does. So, kind of down for the count yesterday. Just really laid there from like 2 p.m. till like 8 p.m. or so. I got another rest there. I felt better after I woke up. I guess I must have slept through the duration of it, which was good. Sometimes that's what I usually do when I get a bad headache. I go straight to sleepies. Because I figure that's my only escape from it. I could lay there and be miserable and just hate my life, hate myself, and so on. Or I could just go to sleep and try to find an escape from it all. And that's what I do. Well, that's what I did, I guess I should say. I did work on the Shortwave VORW, though I missed it. I never do that. Oh gosh, I feel kind of bad when I woke up, because I never miss the Shortwave VORW broadcast. I'm always there on the web SDR to just be able to be there with the loyal listeners who regularly tune in. And I can interact with them. They'll give me live feedback on the show as I hear it. And it's a really nice little system we got going, and something that I always want to be there with, because truly, so my favorite part about the VORW shortwave broadcast is not really the show itself, but actually being able to interact with the listeners. And I really do like that. And they're really, the VORW shortwave club, I'll call it, is really a amazing collection of people. And all of them have my gratitude. Great group of people. So, I felt bad though. I didn't want to miss it, but I did. Didn't want to happen though. Didn't want that to happen. But I guess it is what it is, as they say. Regardless, and somebody still got some feedback about it. Said it was a good show, but they could tell. One listener said they could tell I was, they could tell, I guess, by the way my voice sounded. It didn't, I guess, sound its normal tone or inflection, that I was in pain. And I guess sometimes when it is bad, I suppose it does carry over to the vocal cords. And this case was one of those cases. So, they said, they can tell. Hope you feel better. I thought that was very nice. So, I do feel better. Now I'm thinking, well, think about it. As of late, for months, since October of 2014, I've been getting around 4 hours of sleep. 4 to 5 hours of sleep per 24-hour period. Okay? As I've been functioning off of. But, in this 24-hour period, most recent, I received a grand total of around 14 hours of sleep. And do you think, ladies and gentlemen, this could be a cause of my grogginess this afternoon, and I think that to be the case. I think that's why I'm kind of a little groggy, because I got too much sleep. So, a lot of caffeine. Caffeine and lots of it helps. And I'll be up all night. I'll be up all night. All night long, as they say. Alright. 10 minutes into the show. This is VORW, the voice of the Report of the Week. Alright. I'm going with Monster, as I said. Monstering it up. Yep. I'm wearing right now same exact thing that I wore in that latest energy drink review, sans jacket. I took the jacket off. Just because I was doing a lot of sitting down and getting up, and I didn't want to kind of get it, wrinkled up or anything like that. Sometimes I'll do that. I'm sitting down for a long period of time, I'll take the jacket off. But it is a rule of mine, if I'm ever to leave the household, I'm always going to wear the jacket. That's all there is to it. Just wear the jacket. Yep. Been writing a lot of reception reports to shortwave stations. Got a new list assembled of stations. So, I'll get on that. Got a few nice goodies from shortwave stations lately. Got a QSL card from something called MGLOB. Oh, that sounds fancy, right? MGLOB. That's a shortwave transmitter in Madagascar. It's a physical transmitting station, and they send out cards of their own. And this was a really nice one. Probably one of my favorite QSL cards so far. It's actually textured. It is. It has like this woven type of material on one of the corners. The lower right corner of it. The lower right corner of it has this textured material. I think that's really neat. First QSL card I've ever gotten like that. I also got a card the same day. Yes, indeed, the very same day from HCJB. That's the International Broadcaster of Ecuador. And they're a good station. Well, the thing about them is that, they do have a religious bias. But the thing that I like about them is that even though they are religious-centered, they don't rub it in your face. It's a good balance. Mostly it's actually just news, talk, and music. But then sometimes they do have some sort of religious aspect. Because it was created in the 1920s by these Christian missionaries. But, they had a good music program and some news. And this is their English service, which is very limited now. HCJB does have transmitters around the world. One in Australia, one in Germany, and the main one in Ecuador. But the English service I heard it from the German transmitters that's where they sent it from. So, there's a nice QSL card also about this one, this one cultural type of design from Ecuador, and then there was a description of it. Then, of course, to show that they were religious focused, there's a quote from the Bible or something at the bottom of it. But, I appreciated it. Again, how they don't, rub it in your face. That's what I like. Some of those shortwave stations in the U.S. are they're nuts. Just insane. That's a whole other story. And then a few days ago, got some more stuff from the Voice of Turkey. Got a new card and a coaster from them with a nice little Turkish design on it. And I got something from China Radio International the same day. Had a QSL card with a picture featuring endangered animals in China. And this picture of these cute little mountain hares. And they also sent me a copy of their news magazine, which is monthly. It's called Messenger. And I like that. It's a good magazine. It's worth the read, in my opinion. And I'm thinking, Radio Havana Cuba said we can sign you up and we can deliver you Cuban newspapers. So I'm going to do that. So monthly, I'm going to get the international edition in English delivered to my residence of, it's called Granma newspaper. That's Granma. It's named after the yacht, which I believe Castro was on in the late 50s during the Cuban Revolution. Not Grandma, not any of that, but Not like a grandma. No, grandma, it's called. But it's the official newspaper of the Cuban Communist Party. And, how you filthy commie, you know. I just like Cuba. I like getting all the stuff I can get from shortwave stations. I do. Actually, Radio Havana, Cuba isn't the only station to send out newspapers. Voice of Korea sends out the Pyongyang Times also. So if I ever write to them, then if I do that, then the Department of Homeland Security will have a van outside my house probably in a week. But that's a whole other story. So, news with the channel. We monetized. We did. People are alright with it. Alright? People are alright with this. Oh, and here's the program description that you can look forward to today. In this program, you'll hear miscellaneous talk, mostly about the channel, for the next 15 minutes, and afterward, you'll receive a session of fan mail reading and responding thereof. And after that, if we have any free time, who knows what will happen. Anyways, we monetized, and people are alright with it. No complaints except for those people on R9K, and they're a different story, and we'll jump to them next. But we monetized. Things are going good with it. You can pick out the ads you want. If you want the little, standard bottom ad, you can click away and etc. Or you could have the video ad that pops up, and I don't know. I'm going to try to create a mixed balance of it. I just don't want to bombard you with ads, I know some people have, programs that can deal with the ads, but I just don't want to make them annoying, I know sometimes I'll get an ad, and it'll be like this 2-minute long video ad, and it's awful. That's the one thing I think about video ads that can be a problem. So, I'm probably mostly going to focus on those little bottom scroll, ads that you have to just click away. So it's probably going to be my main focus. Maybe a video ad here or there, but not anything, extraordinary in that regard. Okay. So, otherwise, things are going good. Things are going good. So, 4chan. I said in the past I'd be avoiding that site. And I'm standing by my words once again. I'm not going back there. That's just the way things are. This one board, R9K, so-called, was the latest board on that site about a month or two ago, which found my videos and held me in high regard. Well, I'm out of there. I'm not going back. And if you people want me to do another Q&A there, it's just not going to happen. And I'm telling you that right now, and I'm going to be standing by my word. Alright? I'm just not coming back. Well, why review, brah? And I'm not going to be too hostile in this regard, but mostly, you guys, you drove me away. That's all there is to it. I'm not coming back. No second chances or any of that. But let's not... What's some saying I was going to say, but let's ignore that. But it's not going to happen. Mostly, I think this happened due to the fact that people were stupidly posting my videos too frequently. And then the rest of the people on that board stupidly came to assume, oh, that's me posting the videos myself. This didn't work out well. So, not coming back there. It's kind of funny, though. With that site, 4chan, and I know there are good people on that. I know a few people listening right now from R9K, and I'm just addressing the board as, as a whole. Not everyone there. I'm not saying everyone there is this, everyone there is that. Because I know it's just it's a collection of individuals. And some are some way, some are another way. And it's just how things are. But I know some of you are listening right now, and those listening, I'm sure you're good people. And just know that. Just know that there are members of that board who I know I would hold in very high regard. I'd give a little pat on the back and say, you've done well. And then there's other people there who, who don't like me, and I may not like them very much. And that's just the way things are. That's the way things are really on any site. Except I see an attitude shift, here in this case. Maybe it's the same people posting something over and over again. Who knows? But I just see an attitude shift. And when I see that, I want to be respectful. I'm not going to, I'm just not going to try and destroy something, if you will. I don't want to be hated. I don't want to be like the opposite of Alexander the Great, where with Alexander the Great, with his empire, he would walk everywhere he would set his feet. People would bow down to him, he was loved by everyone. I don't want to be the opposite of that, and everywhere I set forth, I'm hated. That seems to be the case in some cases. I don't want that to be the standard thing. So when I see an attitude shift like this, I leave. I get out of there. I say, that's it. I'm not gonna try to aggravate anything. Try to bring back attention to something that clearly, a lot of you guys don't want. So that's all there is to it. I'm out. We pulled out like the U.S. did in Vietnam. Out of there. Could say we lost, but what did I really lose? Nothing at all. But that's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. You have any questions for me? Just ask via YouTube mail. Ask on the subreddit. Email me. repweekinterview1@gmail.com or VORWinfo@gmail.com. There's many ways to get in contact with me. I know comments are disabled. We get asked every single day, well, why are comments disabled? And people want to know how to contact me. They say, well, why are comments disabled? How can I get in contact with you? And I make sure that there is a maximum number of ways to be contacted without the need for YouTube comments. i.e., YouTube mail. Ask a question, you'll hear a live reply from yours truly on each and every VORW show. Have other questions? Wish to go on Reddit? I know some of you oppose that site, so there are alternatives, but if you want to go on Reddit, Ask White subreddit or the Report of the Week. I'm a moderator there. I read everything. I respond to any questions and inquiries you may have. And if you want a more personal type reply, email me. VORWinfo@gmail.com or repweekinterview1@gmail.com. repweekinterview1 is more for the channel, whereas VORW Info is more for the VORW Shortwave broadcast. But let's be honest, you could email me at either one. It's going to the same place, that's my eyes, and it will be read by me no matter which email address you submit your question, inquiry, letter, praise, hatred, pictures to. Anything, really. You could submit music. Give me money. No, I kid. So, really, there are many ways to contact. But yeah, R9K, I guess it was a good ride, I guess. Yeah, well, but I'm not going to be there anymore. It's just how it is. I'm out. And people are still going to post the videos, then people are still going to accuse me. They call it shilling. Stop shilling your videos. That's what they say. As I was saying, though, it's kind of funny that whenever my videos get posted somewhere, oftentimes people think that's me posting them, yet it never is. But obviously those people are never going to get it to their peanut brains that it's impossible for someone else to actually want to post one of my videos. It has to be me. But that's never going to happen, The people who would assume, well, as the saying goes, the ages-old saying, when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. And that's just the case. Don't make assumptions. You can make inferences. But don't put that into fact. Don't say, yeah, well, you definitely did this. I think. That always works better. I think. Not, you did, when there's nothing to back that up. But, let's face it. it is what it is. People don't change. It's just how people are. And that's why I'm out. I'm out of there. You know? Just not going to, what's the saying? Just not going to beat a dead horse anymore. What's done is done. Okay. The average day video. The average day video is up. Was uploaded and filmed. Was filmed and edited together and then uploaded the very same day. The very same day. And so it's up. It's been up. And it will remain up forever. I imagine forever, for as long as it's up for. Which will probably be a pretty long time, I could imagine it to be. That's what I imagine. I don't see why it wouldn't. So, up average day up. In HD, it was filmed in HD. I call it HD, even though it's of course HD. Just because the letter H, that's how someone I knew once called it years back. HD. HD. Oh yeah, it is filmed in glorious HD. You know, with a broken camera. The camera's broken. Yeah, it works, but it's broken. So it's something I just can't film reviews with. Because it has the tendency to just shut off on its own, automatically. Often, without even saving anything. And that's just how it is. It just shuts off on its own. It doesn't save often. I mean, that one time when I was filming at the, when I was doing my hair, some reason it did save, but oftentimes it doesn't. It just shuts off and I lose everything. Well, that's no fun. I've tried on a few accounts to film reviews of that camera, the HD one, the new, well, it's not new, the broken one we'll call it, I guess. And every time, it just, the effect is the very same. Oftentimes, I try to film it. Thankfully, I'm, usually like 2-3 minutes in. It shuts off on me. Lose the content that I filmed. The cycle repeats. Oh boy. Yeah. That's just not something that really is that effective. Really doesn't work out all too well. So that's just how things are. Just how things are. But I hope you enjoyed the average day video. Hope you found it average. An average representation of my average day. People thought, because of the Shia LaBeouf picture on the computer, that because of that, this channel was officially a troll. And to those individuals, I laugh at. I really do. The Shia LaBeouf picture, some other people wanted to know the backstory to it. Well, first off, let me just say Shia LaBeouf is an awful actor. Shots fired. Well, it's true, he is. He's a terrible, terrible actor in everything he does. And I'm not a real movie person, but that is just fact. Let's turn the air conditioner on, shall we? It's getting a little warm in here. Beep, beep. 76 degrees in here. We want it to be a nice, comfy 71. Set the timer for 2 hours. 1, 2. But he's awful. Regardless. The reason I wanted to do that, to print that out, is because I thought his video was very entertaining. Do it! He yells. Numerous times over. Where he has this weird pose where he kind of reaches down as if he's adjusting himself. Does that a few times too. Just stares into the camera like that. Well, I found the video oddly entertaining and maybe even more oddly mesmerizing. I was kind of taken back by it, and I would just watch it and watch it. And for entertainment value, what I did, is it really motivational for me? No. But the reason I posted this out was for two things. Number one, it's just my sense of humor. Just to kind of get a few giggles out of it every now and then. And so I did do that jokingly. Not a troll, it's called having a sense of humor, and often people kind of mix up the two. But anyways, did that because I kind of, just to get a few giggles out of it. And number two, I don't care about the picture, but the words just to do it. Alright? I'll just sometimes look at that, and sometimes I just think, if I ever have something I have to do, I just read that, and it'll remind me if there's something I have to do, or if I need to do something. I'll look at those words just to do it, and I'll go ahead and do it. If I have to write a reception report, I'll do it. If I have to tell someone something, I'll do it. If I have to film a review, I'll do it. And so maybe his video really did have a motivational effect, but mostly it wasn't him yelling and ranting and raving and adjusting himself frequently. In this video that went viral, wasn't that motivates me. It's the words just to do it. And those have always existed before Mr. LaBouffe made his silly video. Just do it. It's always existed. Always. Those three words, just to do it. So, really, that's what motivates me. Not his antics or his said motivational video, but just the words themselves. To just do it. To just go ahead with it, get it done. So that's really what I found most motivating. Maybe his video did serve as a reminder of that, but mostly it's just those words that did that. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to VORW, the voice of the report of the week. If you have any comments or questions about the show, please message us via YouTube or send us an email at repweekinterview1@gmail.com. That's one word, repweekinterview1, the number 1 at gmail.com. Or VORWinfo@gmail.com. That's VORWinfo, one word, at gmail.com. Also, please give our shortwave broadcast a listen. Heard Thursday evenings from 7 o'clock p.m. to 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. That's 2300 to 0000 hours UTC on the frequency of 7490 kilohertz. Most audible in North America, the Atlantic, portions of Western Europe, specifically the UK. Again, this is VORW, the voice of the report of the week. Well, we're 32 minutes, almost 33 minutes into the show. I think this leaves us with a fairly good block for fan mail. And who knows? Maybe if we do wrap up fan mail, maybe we will go for a little walk later. We'll see. We'll see how big our mailbag for today is. So, we'll see, and then we'll judge from there. So, fan mail segment is my favorite part of every VORW, getting to hear your voice, the listener's voice, and really being able to just be able to interact with our listeners, and always really fun to read and respond to fan mail. So, without further ado, let's first jump to the question. Now, we asked a question in the last program about Oreos. Alright, we did. We asked a question about Oreos. How do you consume them? Well, we asked you a different question in this program. Now, me, I'm a big radio guy. Okay? That I like to listen to the radio constantly. I like to have the shortwave booming, as you was able to tell back in the average day video. Well, that made me think. It makes me want to ask a question about radio. Do you listen to the radio? That's my question. Do you listen to the radio? And if so, what medium do you listen to? And by that, here's what I'm asking. Do you listen to the radio, yes or no? And do you listen to AM radio, FM radio, shortwave radio, longwave radio, internet radio, satellite radio, or any other alternatives? So that's my question. Do you listen to the radio? If so, what type do you listen to? AM, FM, shortwave, longwave, internet. You could even say DAB, I guess. Right? Digital. And also, of course, we can't forget satellite. Sirius XM. Or any other means which you do so. So, let us know. Let us know if you're a radio listener, and by what types you listen to. And if there's more than one, say you like to listen to FM and satellite radio. Let me know on that. If like to listen to internet and shortwave radio, let me know that. So, what do you listen to the radio, and what types do you listen to? Now, this question could be a little more specific, but that's the bare basics. If you just want to answer that, get it over with, then that's fine. That's our question for today. Please message me on YouTube with your answer, and we'll talk about it in the next show. So, please let me know on that. And if you want to be more specific, you can just let me know what types of programs you like to listen to. If you like to listen to talk programs, music programs like VORW, like listening to government propaganda like the Voice of Korea, like to listen to religious programs, whatever you like to listen to on the radio, you could do that also. You could let me know that also. But that's optional. If you want to be more specific, you can do that. But all we want to know from you is, do you listen to the radio? Yes or no? And if so, what types do you listen to? So give us the medium which you listen to, or plural mediums, if you listen to more than one type. Alright? So that's what we got going for you. That's our question for this show. So again, please contact us with your answer, and we would love to discuss it in the following program. We now, however, jump right to our mailbag. Let's sit down here at the computer, the review desk as one can call it. Let's find ourselves a good old Nietzsche. Let's figure out where we are here. Let's take a sip of Monster. I think we found out where we are. Drink. I think we are here. I think that's where we are. I think. And let's begin. Just started listening to VORW this past week, after coming across some of your review videos on Reddit. Really enjoying everything so far. In response to your question, I will ideally have a glass of milk in hand whenever I consume Oreos, and like to dip the cookies in the milk until they become completely saturated with the stuff. Then I will pop them into my mouth and let them melt on my tongue. Thank you, and again, really enjoying the videos and broadcasts. Thank you for writing, and thank you for your feedback. I think that's really neat about the Oreos, how you utilize a substance known as milk when consuming them. Me, when I like to eat my Oreos, what do? I eat it. I simply eat it like the sandwich cookie it is. No milk, no other liquid, i.e. water, Monster, Ball's energy drink, or anything else that may exist out there in this world. No other sort of liquid. Simply, I pop it in my mouth, chew away, and eat it dry. That's why I like my Oreos. I'm glad you're enjoying the broadcast. It makes me happy to hear that you found the videos on Reddit and you're checking out the VORWs too, and you're enjoying the podcast and the broadcast and the show and such forth. And so forth, really, such forth. That's a made-up word, so forth. So thank you. This individual writes, I throw in like 4 Oreos in a glass of milk and then drink the milk. And at the bottom, there's like an Oreo sludge mix. I just tilt the glass back until it flops/plops in my mouth. Oh gosh. That's an inventive way of doing so. Wow. Is that common? Really not sure. Like, is that what people actually do with their Oreo cookies? Or is this your thing? That makes me curious. I've never heard of actually I've heard of kind of dipping the Oreos in the milk, kind of, saturating them, but actually just plopping it in the milk, then drinking the glass of milk, and then just drinking the sludge mix that's at the bottom there. That's rather inventive, I must say. That's quite inventive, and maybe it's not. Maybe I'm just giving you too much praise, but I think you deserve it. I think it's very, very inventive. First time I've ever heard of that, at least for me. I have been living under a rock, but it's the first time I've ever heard of that. Hello, Review Bra. I've been a listener and viewer for a short while. However, I enjoyed very much the content you produced so far on YouTube. So thank you for providing so much entertainment on your channel. I look forward to keeping up to date with new content as it's produced. First of all, I'd like to say congratulations on making the decision to monetize your videos. Personally, I don't consider it selling out, like you discussed during your walk. I know many others will feel the same. Even if you make enough money to make a return on the cost of productions, that would make it much easier to keep the show running. And you are very right on that. I know this isn't an expensive show. It isn't at all. It isn't at all. But with the reviews, well, food costs money. You gotta buy the food. You gotta buy the drinks. And if we want to, we can keep operating costs for batteries for the cameras and equipment and everything. And yeah, we're still old school in that regard. And keep things going. And there are production costs. They're not expensive, but there are costs nonetheless. And I feel that the money from monetization will easily cover those costs. So just keep things running smoothly, and it'll pay for itself. So it's just a good thing in that regard. So thank you, and thank you for your understanding. Continuing on. Secondly, as for Oreos, I usually do it a few ways as the number of biscuits diminishes. First, I like to split the biscuit in two halves with my teeth, then scrape the cream off and eat them whole. Next, I might eat a few whole as I would eat a chalk chip biscuit. Then, I might just dunk them in milk, let them soak before eating them. I like to experiment how long I should leave them in the milk, and different ways of dunking them into the milk, using my fingers, chopsticks, pressing a fork into the cream, etc. Sorry for rambling, but we've never had the chance to explain this before, so thank you for giving me that chance. My questions for you are as follows. Oh boy, I'm hungry. Hunger has hit, ladies and gentlemen. Oh boy, there's my stomach. It's grumbling away. Alright, as to your questions, my friend. You mentioned you don't have many friends in your previous VORW show, but you do have quite a few acquaintances. How do you describe the personalities of your friends and acquaintances? Are they much like you? How do you know them? I apologize if this is too personal a question, but I'm in a similar situation, being rather introverted. I'm curious about people similar to me in that regard. Well, really, the few people, the very few people who I could really consider friends, they're the ones who are much like me, in that, they're more introverted, and just similar personalities. Whereas the individuals who I could call acquaintances, and again, acquaintances is maybe even too broad a term for that. The people who I might see going by in the supermarket would say, hey, what's going on? Would recognize me. Don't really ever even associate with them. Those people are much more extroverted. And they're the ones who go out. They're always out. They're always hanging out, doing something, visiting each other, going out places, going out eating. Doing whatever people do nowadays. Eating, going out playing video games, going behind ShopRite to smoke a little dope, going to the strip club, going home and watching VORW. Whatever they do nowadays for fun. So that's what they like to do, I imagine. I don't really know them well enough to actually say that as fact, but that's what I imagine it. Those people, do I know anyone's number, really? No, none of those people I know their numbers, don't know their contact information, so I don't even have a way to contact them. I really don't want to. Not the kind of people that would really be comfortable. They're always trying to drag you somewhere, I would imagine, so I'm kind of happy that I don't have my information or anything, so I can just sit here in peace and quiet of my humble abode and not have to worry about any of that. So that's a difference. So I imagine you would probably be able to see and understand very clearly now how you could definitely see the line in the sand that's been drawn to see the difference between the people who I call acquaintances and the people who I call friends. And there's different numbers. So I imagine you could see that quite clearly now. Finally, what is your opinion on people who don't wear suits casually? Do you have an opinion of them at all? I say this jokingly. Are you a suit premicist? Oh gosh, that's very creative. I like that. Thank you very much for reading my message. All the best for the future. Alright, that actually reminds me. That's something we're going to do in the end of this show, okay? Alright, you just reminded me of something, so thank you for that. Thank you for that. You've just inspired a new part of this show. Alright, so thank you there. Okay? Anyways. People who don't wear suits casually, I'm fine with them. Really am. Maybe when I first started wearing suits, I maybe thought differently, but now I just accept people for who they are. It doesn't matter what you wear. You know, me, yes, I wear my suits, I wear my traditional suits that are, you know, much more, well, they're very traditional. Pleated pants, wide legs, even baggy, some would say, but I like it, I call it draping down. Where it's not remotely fitted, you know, it just drapes down your leg, and even if there's a break at the bottom, that doesn't matter. The jacket drapes down. So suits from like the 90s, early 2000s, late 80s, you know, all those suits I really like, and I like their fit, and I like that. You know, they are more traditional in that manner, and let's be honest here. Maybe you only wear slim fit suits, and I respect that, but these suits are comfortable. In my opinion, much more comfortable than a slim fit suit ever has been. And if you've only worn slim fit suits, you should try one of these more traditional suits one day. And even though if it's not in style, you'll definitely see it's a lot more comfortable than slim fit, that's for sure. Because let's be honest, if these suits, I'm going to be honest, comfort is a big factor in how I dress, okay? And, you know, it just so happens that I really like the style of the suits that are most comfortable, which is great. But let's be honest, if they weren't comfortable, I wouldn't wear it. That's literally how it goes. If it's not comfortable, I'm not going to wear it. That's literally all that there is to it. Okay? And that's all that there is to it, my friends. That's it. If it ain't comfortable, I ain't wearing it. And this actually did apply to a suit of mine. You'd be able to go back in time and see it. It was a gray three-piece suit. Single-breasted suit. Gray suit. Like a lighter gray three-piece suit. You scroll down in my videos, you'll eventually see it. You'll eventually see it. A lighter gray three-piece suit. Now, when I would wear it out, I would get all sorts of compliments on it. It was a very complimented piece of attire. It really was. People would go out and they would say, you know, oh, that's a great suit. You know, I really like it. Really like the cut of the suit. And so on. I wore that suit back in 2011, 2012, and maybe even into 2013. People really loved that suit. And it was a nice looking suit. You know, gray three-piece suit, wore it with a pocket watch, back vents, double vent. Had almost a little bit of a faint window pane pattern on it. So people really liked it, and it was a greatly complimented suit. But, oh boy, the pants were slim fit. It wasn't labeled as slim fit, they were tight on me. They really just hugged your legs. No sort of drape at all, they just really hugged your legs. They didn't move around at all, there was no movement at all, they just hugged your legs, they just sat there. Almost like leggings of the sort. Sitting down, as a man, you'd know, unbearable in that regard. Just even crushing, you would say. And, you know, just very uncomfortable. I couldn't wear it. It looked great. I got a lot of compliments on it, but I didn't wear it. I didn't like it. So, you know, that's just one of those things. That's just why I like the suits that I wear. Love the style, love the fit, love the comfort. Doesn't matter if I'm fashionable or not, this is what I like to wear. So, nowadays, I don't judge people on what they wear. You know, you could wear jeans and a t-shirt, and I think exactly the same of you as if you wore a traditional style, you know, 90s suit all the time. And I judge based on who you are as a person, not what you wear. So you could be, wearing ripped up jean shorts and a wife beater with some sort of fat stain from a burger splattered all over it, and you could be, I could think very highly of you, and you could wear, nice 90s double-breasted suits all the time, and you could be someone who I absolutely despise. So that's just what I think. Just how I'd base my judgments off of. 50 minutes in the program, and that reminds me now. I'm actually going to jump into this right now, or else I forget. That's what I have to do sometimes, I have to just jump in there. Alright. If you're watching this as a video, please look at the video itself right now, as there is a picture presented. The NBA Draft 2015. I'm not a sports guy. Alright, I'm not. I'm not a sports guy. The only sport that I really will ever watch is NASCAR from time to time, and I'll tend to race here and there. Not even baseball at all. No, not baseball, not football, not tennis, swimming, any sort of race except for NASCAR. Not horse racing, not basketball. But the NBA Draft was last night. What is the NBA Draft? I don't even know. I legitimately don't even know what the NBA Draft is. I don't know what they do. All I know is that a bunch of players congregate here. I think like the up-and-coming players or something. They congregate here. They're all dressed in suits, and that's all I know. That's all that I know the NBA Draft is. I'm not even interested in anything else with that. So, afterwards, when the NBA Draft happens, I always look for the class picture, they call it, where they show all the players here congregated, dressed in their suits, and I always look to see what the latest fashion is. Now, yes, they're tacky, they're idiotic, but it's fashion. It just shows you, I think it's a good representation of where suits are kind of at nowadays. And, let's look at this. Okay? Let's look at this. Let's look at these suits here. Well, there's certainly a colorful variety, right? So here's what I've determined from the suits that are presented here. Well, first off, let me show you this. Now look here in the VORW picture. Look right here. This now is a picture of the NBA Draft from 2014. Yes, that's simply 1 year ago. You can see even then now how styles have changed. Mostly the colors. You could see in the NBA Draft 2014 a lot of subdued colors of the suits. A lot of black, gray suits. More formal. Now look at this. 2015. That is a freaking circus right there. I mean, that's a freaking circus. You have people of all colors there. You have some guy with these weird checkered pants. I mean, this thing is a disgrace to the suit community. It really is an absolute disgrace. Alright. It looks like double-breasted suits are there. A few of those. A few double-breasted suits. At least the lapels are wider on them. Some single-breasted suits. A few full suits. Almost none of which are in some sort of outlandish color. We've got the guy with the bright blue suit there. The guy who's got that red suit that looks like it's made of some sort of almost latex material. It looks like it would squeak every time he walks. Got the guy with that weird collar on his shirt. I mean, that's a black suit, but he's got those shoes. You have the guy next to the left, I believe, of the CEO holding the basketball. He's wearing these white pants that just look like women's pants. And it's just a disgrace. Everyone's pants are just so slim and tight. The jackets are short. The suits are in outlandish colors. Some of them don't even work. The bow ties are there, but they're worn as a fashion accessory. The shawl lapels are there. These aren't traditional suits. They're just fashion disgraces, in my humble opinion, which may not be much. I mean, personally, right now in this draft class, I think that the CEO there holding the basketball is the nicest dressed person of the whole group. That's personally what I think. At least he's just wearing a standard suit, I think that looks better than the rest of them. his suit is better than the $25,000 suit that some guy wore or something. I don't know. That's my thought. And then comparing that to the 2014 draft, which at first when I saw that, I thought that was a disgrace. But now looking at that, I realized that this was much better than the one this year. It just keeps getting worse and worse every single year. 2013, looking at that, I thought the suits were kind of tight. Now I think differently. There's a 2013 picture. 2012, the suits are more traditional. I'm looking at the picture there. 2011, even more traditional. And 2010, I like this picture too. You could even see it's even more traditional. You could see them standing there at their side, and you could just see back then, even just 5 years ago, how wide the pants were. I don't know, I like that cut of the pants, really. I personally do. It's not modern, but I like that cut of the pants, and I wish they still wore that, but, Maybe in 2025 those will be popular again. Who knows? But I just think it's neat. If you're curious, yes, I do have pictures of every NBA draft since 2002 saved on my computer. Just because I do like looking at the suits and seeing how the styles have changed over the years. I thought that was neat to see, though. Thank you for writing again, and you really did keep me going, and you drove that part of the VORW. Continuing on. Dear John, first, I love my Oreos. And there's two ways that I eat them. First, the classic way, wherein I tear them apart, dip in milk, eat the creamless side first, then the cream side secondly. And secondly, I'll mix them into my protein shakes in order to make them more tolerable. Next, a word about suits. We have differing opinions. I am, as bandwagon as it is, a fan of the modern slim fit suit. I do, however, prefer a slightly wider lapel, but I do like a slim fit. As I have an athletic body type, as I'm sure I've mentioned too often, I wrote for my university, and I find that there isn't a better feeling than a nice body complementary suit, that I look nice in. However, I do vastly respect your opinion, almost wish I could share it. And thank you. You're a loyal writer, and people have the right to opinions. Some questions. How did you get into the bodybuilding.com community? You are obviously not a bodybuilder, thank God, and I can't imagine a scenario where you would choose to partake in that community. Alright, so bodybuilding.com, I came around back in early 2013, January 2013, when the pan pizza review was going viral. Well, that's an overstatement. It gained popularity. And someone messaged me, two people actually messaged me on YouTube saying, hey, yo, homie, because they didn't call me Review Bra back then. So we'll say they called me homie, which they didn't, but we'll say that they did. Hey, yo, homie, we have this thread about you on the bodybuilding.com MISC section. It's really big, and it would be awesome if you could check it out. Well, I went over there, made an account, and that's where I did my first Q&A. I interacted with these new viewers, I suppose. So, that's what kind of, got me there. And afterward, we built up a community there, and a lot of a lot of viewers from the year, in 2013 mostly, were from that site. So I posted regularly. I was a member of the community there, and interacted with them. And then, as the focus from bodybuilding.com shifted to 4chan, I diverted my attention to that site. Alright, so that's one thing. But yeah, it was never my intention to go there as a bodybuilder or anything like that. Never intended to become a bodybuilder, to bulk up or anything like that. Oh, good God, no. You mentioned your favorite subject is history. What time and place particularly piques your interest? Personally, I always enjoyed... Well, my favorite time period in history was the modern era for the most part. Well, I also liked history from probably the 1700s to today. Alright? But then specifically from there, I'd say the 1850s until probably the 1960s or so. That's another good 110-year span, which I enjoyed. As for location, well, probably Europe, for the most part. Probably Europe. Probably Victorian England, one of my favorites. Always enjoyed that. I always enjoyed the stark formality in the society, and to just think about how things have changed in such a small period of time, historically, really. You know, how even today, there are people alive, right now, as we speak, as we record this show, there are still people alive on this world who were born in the Victorian era. I think that's absolutely incredible. You know, to see that there are human beings alive that were born in the late 1800s who are still alive right now. You know, from that era. And just thinking about that, in their lifespan, just think about how much has changed in this world. You know, from, 1899, 1898, until 2015. I mean, isn't that incredible? In my opinion, I think that's absolutely incredible to think that, how things have just changed since then. So I think that's pretty amazing, to be honest. So, that's what I like. Let's see what other questions you bring us. I was kind of just walking around, because I sometimes like to pace around as I give my lectures here. Dogs or cats? Well, it could be, I seem to get along best with dogs, but cats are fun. Cats are much lower maintenance because they're, sorry to offend you dog owners, but they usually are smarter and can usually just tend to their own. You let the cat out, kitty will walk around, do its thing, and will be back most times. Whereas with dogs, you let the dog out, even around the neighborhood, and it's gone. But at the same time, dogs are sometimes friendlier, and sometimes possess a greater loyalty to the owner. Yes, there may be higher maintenance. You have to, walk the doggy, clean up after the doggy, and so forth. The dogs you can play fetch with, you can play with. Whereas with cats, aside from kittens, you really can't do all that much. But yeah, me, I'm mostly a fan of the doggy dogs. The doggy dogs. One of my relatives has a dog. I forget if it's an American or a British Cocker Spaniel. There's a big difference between the two. I think it's an American Cocker Spaniel. I'm pretty sure. His name is Bobby. Bobby, the American Cocker Spaniel. Black and white doggy. Sometimes we call him Bobby Boo. But, that's a little nickname for him. But he's just he's been around for years. He's getting older now. Been around since like 2004, 2005. But really just extremely friendly, happy dog. Always happy to see you. Has his little tail wagging a mile a minute when he sees you. Just a really adorable, friendly dog. Let's see if there's any other questions here. And finally, not a question, but I'm thrilled to hear that you are monetizing the channel, which is something I've always supported. Yours truly, Nick. Oh, P.S. Do you remember the one guy who was writing last year from the future talking about how your reviews saved the world from evil pizza or something? That was great. Yes, I do. I do remember that. Yep. Oh, that was awesome. Those writers like that always added a little tinge of excitement to the show. I always enjoy that type of message. Thank you, Nick. Great regular writer there. Dear Review Bro, the last R9K thread was more hostile than most. Seems like it might have had a negative impact on your mood. You must realize how cartoonishly hateful that board is. Yes, most people appreciate you there, but that doesn't change the fact that the large majority of them are certainly pretty angry failures. Post how much they despise people, while at the same time praising you. Their admiration shouldn't be insulting. They may be able to relate to you on some level, but you're respected because of your good nature and polite manners. Still, I recommend leaving R9K and 4chan behind, so you aren't affected by their noxious atmosphere. Yeah, as I said, it's just, I see a change of mood and policy there at that board, and I'm out of there. said I'm outie. Outie like trouty, as they say. Hello, my friend. I was glad to hear you'll be monetizing and hopefully getting something back after the many hours of entertainment you have provided for us all. I'm sure many of us are glad to help, even if it's with little. On another note, I agree with the other fan who wrote you about wanting to hear more of the story shared with us in VORW 86, for it was highly atmospheric and quite interesting, quite appropriate to listen to in a dark room right before sleeping. Finally, I have 2 questions for you. What is the funniest dream you've ever had, and what is the scariest dream you've ever had? Hope you're doing well. From Norman. Yes, I will write the story, or I will read more of the story. About 12 to 15 pages worth of more still being transcribed to the computer. Because I always like to write on paper and then I write to the computer. So, we got that. So, I'm probably going to dedicate my own show, or at least a large part of a new VORW, to that. Okay? Anyways. Well, my dear writers, what is the scariest dream I've ever had, and what is the funniest dream I've ever had? Well, dreams for me, I don't really remember too much. Unfortunately, the ones that I tend to remember are more bad than good. I'll tell you I'll at least be able to recount to you one of the scarier ones that I've had. I do recall. And this one was from years ago. I just remember. Let me see if I could actually remember this one. The scariest dreams for me are the ones that aren't like horror movie, unrealistic, scary. Rather, the ones that may not be, like stereotypical scary, but are realistic. Those are the ones that I find to be, most bad and frightening in that regard. Yes, I've had some dreams where, I'm just at some place doing a normal thing and I look at people and all their faces are, mangled up and bloody and unrecognizable, gory and all that stuff. But that's not really realistic. It's unrealistic to me. Never gonna happen. Just the fact of life. Never gonna happen. So, one of the most frightening I ever had was simply, this was years ago, as I said. What happened? I don't specifically remember this, but something to the degree I did die in the dream. I do remember that. And pardon my memory here, but it was just something to do with, like someone else was hiding in the house who was very dangerous individual. Was hiding in the house, and I didn't know it at the time. And, like I was the only one in the house, as I thought. I was there, all day. And I don't remember the specific thing, but I went into the basement to get something. I'm pretty sure. And I went down there and I found evidence that I wasn't alone. Like some door that I knew wasn't open or wasn't supposed to be open was open. Some things were moved around. Maybe a light was on, as if someone was actually down there and kind of had to hide in a hurry, knowing that I was actually coming down there by, almost surprise. So I called, I remember, I think I found something else. Maybe I was able to verify in some way that it wasn't me. So I called the police and got out of there. And, the police arrived, and there was like 2 officers, and they had to, I forget what it was. It was something that they didn't necessarily believe me or something. So we were in the house again for some reason. I was there. It was a dream. Remember that. Realistic, but still potentially unrealistic. It was a dream, and we went down to the basement. The 2 guys in front of me there. And things were changed again. The maybe the light was off, the door was closed again, things were moved, and we look, and then we hear something upstairs above us. I guess when I was outside, the guy went upstairs or something, and we hear something rushing down the stairs into the basement. The guy's armed with like some sort of, I think it was like a shotgun or something, and shoots at us. I think sprays us all with the rounds. I think he shoots twice. In the dream, could I necessarily feel the pain? I guess I could. I guess it was shot. And I think I got my head blown off or something. But yeah, that was a pretty memorable dream right there. Back in 2013, I think when I had it, I could have vividly recounted it, but I can't anymore because it's just been so long. I guess something in my mind doesn't really want to stick in, you know. The only reason you get haters is because people cannot stand the thought of someone doing something creative and not just doing what every other YouTuber is doing. Keep those dank reviews going forever, and I will keep them going for as long as possible, which may very well be forever. Maybe if they cryogenically preserve my brain and put it in some jar, I can review it then, and I'll do reviews into the 2500s. Or something. Hello, review bro. I apologize in advance for sending 2 emails within such a short time span, but it only just occurred to me that your VORW show is not available as a podcast. I was looking this up, as I'm currently looking for long podcasts due to my long travels on public transport. It'd be nice to download all your VORW to my phone as they come through. So, they're always available to listen to easily. Ever considered releasing your VORW as a podcast or having an MP3 download of the show available in the information section of the video? Thank you for reading. That is a good idea. I like the idea of having an MP3 download of the show available readily, and I'll see what I can do about that. So that is a good idea, and I like that one. I do. Make it readily available for those who wish to download it. I think that'd be pretty neat. So you're not, stuck to the YouTube or anything like that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 letters remaining. Hi, Review Bra. Or hi, the Report of the Week. I'm currently beginning the process of watching through each and every one of your videos in chronological order. A grand undertaking, I know. I just finished Energy Drink Review number 21, but can't seem to find Energy Drink number 22, just 23. Did you take it down? Just want to be sure I'm not missing it anywhere. I'm definitely enjoying your videos thus far. Although I must say, I think you have greatly improved since 2011. Your youth in these early days is abundantly evident, which is fun for the most part, but let's just say it's a lot different from your more recent work. I have yet to watch your average day video you uploaded this morning, but I am looking forward to watching it. Hope to hear back from you soon, from Joseph. Yes, Joseph, that is correct. I did take it down. There were a few videos from back in 2011 that I did have to take down. Either due to, I don't even remember, mostly due to issues back in the day. With people, but they were taken down long before 4chan or any of that, so they've been down for a while, so it's not like it's something that everyone else saw that you're missing out on. Hello. I just wanted to tell you, you make my days bearable. You are, without any doubts, my favorite YouTuber, and I just wanted to tell you that I enjoy watching your videos very much. Please, whatever people tell you, don't stop making videos because of haters. You're better than all of them. Keep up the good work, my man. Citations from Sweden. And thank you, and it really is my pleasure to be able to help you out in those ways. It really is. And I should really say, it is an honor to be able to do that. And to be able to be, told, you make, people's days more bearable. For me, a few things help make my days bearable, and, give me the motivation, really, to keep on going, keep on moving. So I do understand that feeling. So thank you. Thank you. Got a few letters left. Moving on. Hey, just wanted to drop by and say I really like the average day video. Peering into other people's lives is always interesting. Thank you, and I'm happy you enjoyed it, and it always is interesting at times. Always is to see the inner machinations, right? of people's worlds. Review bra. You need to start doing beer reviews, and additionally, you need to start smoking weed. Thank you. From Nevin. You got it, Nevin. Oh, gosh. Hope he doesn't take that seriously. Yeah, I'll be right on that. Gentleman says, keep up the good work. Thank you for writing. Hey man, first of all, I'm a huge fan of your work, but I've got a mate who's an even bigger fan, and his 18th is coming up in a couple days. Would it be possible for you to send me a pic or video of you holding a sign saying, I've had a gutful Sutherland that I can pass on to my mate as a gift? It's something our maths teacher yelled at him because he's always watched your videos in class on his phone. It would mean the world to make it a very special day. I understand if you're too busy. Thanks regardless for your tireless dedication to the reviewing game. Keep up the good work. Peace and love to you, man. Thank you. I'll see what I can do. I'll see how things are, if things come up, etc. But if I can, I'll get something to you in the coming days. If I can't, I can't. And always know that. But, I'll try. Whenever people have requests like this, sometimes, I just can't do it. But sometimes people, I'm able to. Other times I can't. And just got to know that. Just gotta know that. Okay. And on Reddit, this guy has a couple questions about just life. And then we'll wrap things up. He says, what is your life goal? My life goal, really, is to just do what makes me happy. That's my life goal. Just be happy. As far as I know, as much as I hate the phrase, I only live once, and I don't want to waste that time. Now that doesn't mean, and a lot of idiots nowadays think that means go out and drink and smoke and do all this stupid stuff that I'm going to regret in 20 years right now, and just do that. That's not what I mean. It means just do what I enjoy. Just be happy in life. Just say. When I die, I can say, at least I enjoyed my stay here. That's my goal in life. Where do I see myself in 10 years? I honestly can't say. I don't know if I'll still be living here, if I'll move, if I'll, be on my own or what. But, who knows what the future holds. I mostly just take it in the next couple of years. Maybe working in radio, maybe dedicating myself to the YouTube thing. I figure YouTube is only going to get more popular. Probably going to have something like that. Probably going to become more popular than TV in time. I imagine YouTube will. And sites like that. So, I think YouTube and those types of video sites really are the future of television. As is, Netflix and online streaming, really. So who knows? Maybe I'll just dedicate myself to YouTube if it's sustainable. Never know. Never know. Never know. Never know. Never know. Who do you live with? Just the folks. Any other hobbies? I have a few. But mostly, shortwave listening is mostly my primary hobby. It is. I also enjoy, sometimes, I haven't really gotten to this too much lately, but I do enjoy collecting coins and looking for old coins, but I don't really do that too much at this time. Also enjoy looking at and collecting old maps, but that again I haven't really focused on in a while. Enjoy suits, of course, my suit collection. There's a few things. I imagine if I gave this more time, I'd come up with a nice list. But mostly shortwave is my biggest hobby right now. My biggest hobby, what I dedicate the majority of my time to. Well, that concludes today's show, today's broadcast. This is VORW, the voice of the report of the week. Thank you very much for listening. Next show, I guarantee you, a walksies, as we call them. So you'll get one there. Thank you for listening. This is VORW, the voice of the report of the week. If you have any questions or comments about the program, please send us a message via YouTube. Please answer our question. If you wish Now, we said in the beginning, the middle of the show, I dare say, the middle of the show, please message us on YouTube or email us at repweekinterview1@gmail.com. That's repweekinterview1, the number, at gmail.com, or vorwinfo@gmail.com. Fan art is always appreciated, as we enjoy that much more than the title card. Well, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, this is VORW, the voice of Report of the Week. Feel free to listen to us on 7490 kHz, shortwave. Until then, my friends, take care. This is the voice of the Report of the Week, signing off.